there's some new talk in the town. I think this could be an opportunity for somebody like TLG West to make a little bit of an upset. 91% though are going to roll with STMN.
Yeah, I mean, I'm personally part of that 91% too. I mean, well, okay, if we talk holistically though, sort of the upset potential here for TLG West, keep in mind, of course, you called me the NA West expert. I wouldn't go so far, but I definitely was along for the ride. And if you tuned in to watch the community cast, you might have seen STMN. I believe they got taken down by Poppy Chulos. So, rather, not Poppy Chulos, different roster. They got taken down by Dog Walkers, who we'll get to see in just a moment. However, that's quite an unexpected outcome. STMN, they still managed to go through that lower bracket pretty well. But this kind of goes to show, are they content-oriented, or can they just find some times where they're a little inconsistent? We'll have to see what TLG West makes of it.
We're going to go ahead and hop into this game. Here is going to be Penny, Gene, and Sam on the bottom of your screen. A very North American composition, of course. Sam's somebody that is a very dominant factor right now, and basically his job is just going to be getting really aggressive, trying to do as much damage as he can. Reaper picking up this kill, though. Z tag teaming this on the right-hand side as Bobby now steps, trying to trigger these mines. Going to open up the map a little bit. Of course, TLG going to be crafting this just the way they want it to be.
Sand's having a bit of a rough time on the right side as the Sand, he's still rushing and creating some room. Bobby's going to be able to pick up some gems as a result. Big gadget in, Reaper picks up the kill. J-Heart still circling overhead, pops down the gadget, sort of a preemptive measure to deal with Bobby's pull, which he expected, but it didn't come through. Still, he's able to afford a lot of room for the remainder of TLG West to continue walking around in this area. Bobby also sort of baiting out some of these mines. It's going to hurt Sands a little bit to not be able to walk over that super confidently. Here he comes, getting stunned, in fact. Tries to pop the super. Will still survive a little bit longer thanks to picking up the Knuckle Buster. Z and Reaper all the way on the left side, seriously running as far as they can. Let's also talk Czar. He's completely backcapping them. Oh my goodness, and a takedown. Sands, he's going to have to run all the way back now.
Oh my goodness, poor Reaper. He had to run an entire mile around the map just to try and avoid all that. All for nothing, too. Another pull from Bobby as well. 9-1 now. It was looking so good for TLG West. All of a sudden, it's crumbling. Reaper trying to get his super off here. Sands healing himself up, though. The Sam plays are going through. Hart with an opportunity here. Sands still staying up, though. He's got so much HP, dangerously getting close. 650. It doesn't matter how much HP the man has. The magic buffs keep him up. And 13.
The enemy team and mess them up from behind like that. That was nutty. He might be able to do it again, but he has to win that right lane first. We already see the interaction switch up. Sands on the left side taken down as Z and Reaper combine forces. Czar is a little cross-eyed trying to take on two enemies at once and ends up getting caught in all of that aftermath. Z and J-Heart now turn their attention to the left side. Sands needs to be taken down. Bobby a bit overextended, but he at least has the pull taken down by the mines too. J-Heart seriously taking no prisoners as he circles overhead once more, landing on the back lines and trying to retake this right side. But Czar's on the case, could get some good damage in. Already one hit. J-Heart has to run away. Sands facing serious opposition as well. More mines down. Hail Mary pull by Bobby didn't quite connect, but at least it helps Sands on the left side take down Reaper. So far, though, so good for TLG West as Bobby trips the mines.
Those mines can be pesky, you know, maybe a little surprised to see Bo come out here. And I know we didn't get quite to see this draft, but when brawlers like Max, Ash, Stu, Otis are all banned, you got to make some choices here, and Bo going to be a very formidable mid here. Reaper trying to get some damage in there. J-Heart putting on the pressure as well, dropping the base and now taking to the sky is going to safely stay up as Z only needs one more gem.
He's playing it safe. Could be too safe, but they have a lot of time. He also has a turret left ready to go, so he can block Bobby's pull. Could get preemptively taken down. Here's the pull and a reaction of the turret, but it didn't even hit. I'll quote Bobby on this one. You miss every pull, you never aim. And unfortunately, that one didn't connect. TLG West on the right side still continue to press forward. Bobby could be close to another pull, though. He's gradually farming it up. Sands beating down the opposition on the right side. He breaks all the way through. 10 gems in hand and going all the way back to the back lines. 10 seconds to go. TLG West, nowhere to be seen.
This is going to be heartbreaking if they go down here. Here comes J-Heart, but so much HP to work with if you're Sands. He's just standing here, not even afraid of the opposition.
It's exactly what you're saying, Kenny. You can switch people in depending on what exactly your strengths are. I gotta say, by the way, this is a killer fly-through. I already love this environment,
wow.
And to see it from a new perspective is just brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, the real retro-looking arcade-esque type stuff. I loved that. I think that is so, so cool, and one of the many things why I love this game, love the team behind us, and they're F-Dot's friends. Say hi, F-Dot. I'm sure he's on the sidelines waving at every single one of them on this pit stop map. And now we're going to get to hop into our draft. Nita, Gray, Colonel Ruff's all going to be banned. Excuse me, is that a Dynamite first pick?
It is most certainly a Dynamite first pick, and it has me scratching my head a little bit. But they did ban Barley, so there's really not another very good thrower here besides Grom, if STMN want to pick that. We've seen something similar. We saw Dog Walkers go for this strategy if you tuned into SPS a couple of weeks ago, but it fell flat on its face. It really did not perform. What I will say, though, is that in that same comp, they had a wall breaker that removed a lot of what Dynamite was capable of using to stay safe. We'll see STMN now selecting the Max, and while this isn't usually chosen on this map, I think it's going to be great to rush down Dynamite in particular. While it's not really the focal point of what STMN are trying to do here, if they're able to consistently get that mobility, keep things at mid rather than defending, then they'll probably never have to worry about Dynamite on their safe.
Yeah, and I mean, if you just pick something simple like a Surge here, it does really well into any tanks that TLG West could pick up. It does well into the squishy brawlers, ones like Barley that are banned, of course, and then Dynamite, which makes a lot of sense why they pick it up for themselves. If it's TLG West, Jayhart going to be snagging that one for them. I think that takes care of at least one counter, but, you know, one good tank matchup and just trying to avoid that Surge could go a long way here if you're STMN.
One final selection. They have gone with the Surge, and there are ways to counter that for STMN, but STMN probably are leaning more in the department of let's go for a power pick, especially when they need a bit more safe damage here. They don't have anything to break down walls, and they need line of sight. Here comes the Bull from TLG West, and I actually really do like this pick, but once again, this is a brawler that breaks down walls. It's going to be breaking down walls that Reaper needs to be using as a Dynamite. That said, Dynamite can still contribute a good amount of damage, and they can be selective about where they use Bull's super, but still, Bull's just a great damage dealer for this map. I think there might be better options, especially since Daryl has not yet been selected. STMN could be keeping that one on the back burner. They have to be very wary of the Surge, and they go for the Colt, actually. This could be a Cute Sans specialty.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really interesting one. You know, you mentioned Colt, of course, being played by Cute Sans, and they're actually going to be rolling with OG, Zar, and Bobby, so I'm kind of curious how this gets divvied up among them, you know? I think I could totally see that, but this is a unique one to me. I mean, we see Dynamite, we see Colt. Let's have some fun, boys. I like it. Let's go.
I'm 100% here for it. Of course, it is OG, Zar, and Bobby in here, so no Cute Sans Colt today, but there'll still be some entertaining action. OG switching in here on the Colt, already going for the wall break. Probably not precisely the wall break that he wanted on the left side. Jayhart's still going to be able to use that, but he does have a few more at his disposal already, getting rid of that wall on the right side. Z tumbles to the ground. OG swerves up the right side, trying to keep his distance from Jayhart. Big wall break, and that's what we needed to see, especially for Bobby and Zar. Need line of sight with the safe to do serious stuff, and OG, he just doesn't stop chaining these supers together one after the other to continue breaking down the walls and denying value to Reaper.
Yeah, a couple really good plays here from STMN. They're creating this map to look the way they want it to. Z, of course, going to be breaking it open. OG on the defense, though. Barrel stuffs him with the pistols by his side. It's going to be Zar now assisting the teammates. There's that energy drink, which makes Max so special and unique in this game. Jayhart still at that tier 1. They're going to have to get that up to that 2-3 level if they even want to contest.
And he might be denied it for the entire game. The only brawler I can realistically see feeding it to him is Zar, but Bobby's still going to charge around the left side. He might have fed a super, and we see also Z charging towards the enemy safe. STMN suffering big damage. OG also falls from the big barrel of boom, tossed out by Reaper. Still standing by as sort of a turret trying to guard this point, but with Max speeding in, it's going to be almost impossible to hit these shots. Bobby, Zar raining down upon the safe, but Jayhart also has a second level. He's running the upgrade gadget. He could get some range to deal with, but OG still stuffing him back. Reaper connecting with the safe. It's got to be a base raise in his department, but Bobby, Zar, and OG refuse to.
Just for his lonesome, oftentimes you won't see teammates do that, but I think that's just the confidence you got to have in your teammates. He gets in there, gets that extra chip damage, and kind of just paves the way for his teammates to follow through as well. Early pickups too, and it's going to be Bobby. Zar looking good right now. It's just a lone Z on the field, and he's going to have to deal with every single one of these brawlers on the other side.
The still get that super over time by taking damage, but he doesn't want to feed OG, especially now that he has that super, breaks down the enemy walls. J-Heart popping the gadget to upgrade for a temporary period of time, 30 health left. Has to stay safe. Good dodges versus OG, and he's actually able to get the diff on the lane, now at level 2. Serious upgrade for him, taken down by the fat splatter from Bobby, though. And it just doesn't seem like there's enough wall break for significant damage to pour in from STMN. Big connection from Reaper as he stands by, still trying to fit. Z sneaks up the right side, has that super ready to go. Bobby is ready to respond. Big wall break too as he pummels through, silenced by Bobby, and needs to connect onto the safe. Big damage, 1, 2, bang, bang, 7k damage taken off. The TLG West still are at a loss.
So much damage opportunity here with this cult play. Zar with another kill as well. J-Heart going down too. And now a mute button being tapped onto Z there. The silent seabed keeping him out of this one. It's going to be Zar juggling this, dodging super well. The phase shift through to the speed for the teammates. J-Heart getting desperate now. They're just trying to take shots at him. Finally moving them back a little bit. One kill going through. And now Z, Reaper, and J-Heart may have an opportunity here. But OG going to shut that down real quick with those cult shots.
Yeah, someone's been practicing 1v1s in Purple Paradise because I don't know what else OG could be on. Bobby, no-look shot to the backside. And
I'm very keen to see how they can do without Bobby on this roster.
Bobby on the sidelines bench, but hold up. Let's let them cook for a little bit. Let's see what they have in store for us as we move into dueling Beetles for the next set. One of the brawlers that I expect to see banned out or picked here probably got to be Sprout. And this is one that STMN famously hates, so we'll see if it's banned out just yet. Okay, neither side. But of course, a lot of this draft can revolve around those final counter picks. If you don't have wall breakers on your side, then you leave yourself insanely vulnerable to some thrower action totally knocking you down. STMN, they go with the B first selection, and this is a good all-around brawler on this map. There's no other way to really debate about it, whether you play it at mid, whether you play it on lane. It's just a fantastic option. Even if you're facing other snipers, you can just run the honeycomb and have a bit of extra protection. Penny, another selection from TLG West, take advantage of some of those walls. STMN also need to be thinking about some wall break here because it's a great accent for B. They also don't have last pick, so no possibility of picking a thrower there. And lastly, they need to be breaking down some of the geography, some of the bushes, and some of those walls to deal effectively with Penny.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting one. Of course, Penny going to double up into that honey molasses pot. If they drop it, can shred right through that with a piercing shot. The Penny turret applies a lot of pressure, and now we grab an Otis in there too. Hello, Bobby. Good to see you, brother. Just tuning into the draft, trying to make sure the teammates are making some good picks here. Just checking in. Got to coach them a little bit too, you know?
Yeah, check out the camera, just make sure it's fully operational and have a little bit of fun on the side. Just because you're benched for the game doesn't mean that you can't also contribute to the team morale and have a little bit of success in that department. But we could talk about the pick too. Here comes Otis, as you just mentioned, on the side of TLG West. Once again, good, solid, all-around brawler. There's the wall breaker that STMN had sort of on the back burner, thinking about that a bit in the back lines. And while he does have quite limited wall break, it'll still be pretty solid for offering B a bit more value. Final selection from them. Once again, they're being mindful of this last selection from TLG West and what they might be leaving themselves open to. The objective is leave yourself hard countered by as few things as possible on top of many other things. We'll see what they have as that last selection.
I love that train of thought too. I mean, sometimes it's not necessarily about the brawlers you take, it's about what you leave yourself prone to, and that's what that fifth pick comes with. But Gray, about as safe as it gets. I mean, it's hard to leave that one on the table if you have the opportunity to pick it for yourself. It's going to be B, Griff, and Gray. That's a pretty nasty combo.
It's not a mirror, Bobby, all right, all right. Well, flexing the facial hair on the couple of us up here who don't have magnificent beards, like, and maybe I'm just talking for myself, but still. Wall break department, I think OG on that Gray is going to be a great way to accomplish that. Not only can Sans do it with the gadget, but OG can do it with the gadget as well. Final selection from TLG West is the Lolo, just good all-rounder. I know I keep on repeating myself a little bit, but some of these picks, they're not super directed. TLG West, they're playing pretty general stuff. In STMN, the strategy is a bit more pointed. They've gone with wall breaks, they've gone with B. Whoever is on that B better be popping off, because if TLG West is able to juke it out, then it's going to be actually a quite challenging match.
How may I
Yeah, of course, they're going to be picking up the cash register, a long-time brawler synergy to go with B, dropping that piggy bank instantly. They're going to want to open up this map, try and craft it the way that they want it to. Oftentimes, they're just going to be looking to set the field to give B as much of an advantage as possible. And Sands with the TP early, picks up this left-hand lane and a gadget as well, too. He's going for it all. It's going to be Reaper having to fall back for now, and STMN climbing their way back into the percentage.
No doubt, just good KO potential from Sands, especially he can teleport in consistently. As long as J-Heart is faced versus that hole on the left side, he's got to keep his distance lest he wants to be surprised by Sands. And even OG can use it to get in close range. He heals 1,000 health along the way, of course, if Sands is running that star power. Along the way, though, Zar still connecting these fat Vs onto J-Heart. Good teleport through from OG as well to finish off that kill. Along the way, though, TLG West have gotten a commendable amount of capture on the point. STMN, they're only just now pulling ahead. But with more and more of the walls breaking down, Zar becomes an even larger threat. Big slow Reaper blocks out the damage with one of his gadgets. Huge connection from OG, but he falls immediately after. Though, STMN, not much to worry about here. They continue to remain on this point.
Yeah, Gray really displaying what he can do at a competitive level. For casuals like myself, you know, it's sometimes hard. He's a sharpshooter-esque type feature. OG showing it off once again, gets the pickup onto Z, finally goes down. Sands, Zar trying to step it up here, but that teleport at a pro level, they're going to hit their shots, and they can really punish bad play if you just get a TP and have a weaker opponent on the other side.
No doubt, TLG West acutely aware of this, and making sure that they don't feed yet another super to Sands, but they have along the way. Here it comes, teleport in, heal along the way. Reaper with a great defense, and even blocking up some of those damage. Missed super from Z, though, is seriously going to cost him. The Jukes are here, and they're ready to play. Zar silenced up too. STMN could have met their maker here. TLG West are bringing it back slowly but surely. Sands with the teleport in, big connection from OG. Z on the right side tries to chime in and keep OG back, but he has another super to farm up. Z taken down, Reaper down. STMN have just taken back the lead. There's one more push left in store for TLG West, and the teleport in looks beautiful. Picture perfect for STMN. Just one opportunity left for TLG West, and it's just not enough. STMN, they're pushing it to match point.
Great job. You saw TLG West put up a good fight, back and forth, and it felt like STMN kind of were favorites in the kill category, but ultimately it's about how long you can put your toes into this hot zone, and I thought TLG did a great job of that.
They absolutely did, especially considering that they're facing versus the Gray that can teleport on them at any moment. J-Heart gets yanked back, but no one's really able to react in time. OG getting tapped up, J-Heart getting slapped up on the back left, and Sands now circles behind inside of these bushes. Great hook onto Z, and Zar comes in for the connection, but it's not quite enough to take him down. Really a nail biter for STMN. As they've started to bring things back, but TLG West are looking very, very formidable. Reaper down, could be another one onto Z. We have to see that turret placed in a good position for TLG West. Big stuff on the left side too. Just no mercy shown by STMN as they continue to build this lead.
Yeah, it was a close call in our first game, and now game number 2, it's starting to be a little bit of a runaway. They're just cycling kill after kill. Another teleport coming in from OG. The follow-up with the super 2. J-Heart goes down. Reaper juggling 3 fierce enemies. And what can you do when they're on top of you at all times? No walls available. Sharpshooters not missing a beat. This one's going to be tough for TLG West.
There's still counterplay, but it's going to be tough. Z, he dumps a super. It doesn't make any contact at mid, and Sands is ready. Right next to this teleporter, could get a surprise kill in. OG, he's thinking about it, but he doesn't need to. Zar silenced on the right side. J-Heart, Reaper, Z, all hit by that super. Reaper on the right side. It needs to shove Zar off this point, and here comes the turret. Really, anything that he can do to block up the shots, and Zar's just not fighting. He's just taking the time, chilling, trying to heal up some health along the way. Now, take down the turret. Reaper, he's got nothing. No area control anymore. J-Heart forced to retreat. Z and Reaper almost taken down by the combo teleporting in. Z is the fight for his life. Has to dodge out Zar, and he's doing a great job so far as well. Continue to build up that percentage. TLG West very much could bring this one back.
This is anyone's game at this point. I mean, whoever wins this interaction is really going to probably come away with it here. Lola making a big step up, though. The freeze frame for protection. A desperation super out of Penny. 90% for STMN, but TLG are not going anywhere. That missed silent seedbed is a big deal, though. Sands comes through with the TP, and now all of a sudden it's 3 brawlers for STMN. A surge coming in from J-Heart and Reaper, though.